Hello, I am Kat Meffan, founder of the Soul Sanctuary, and this video is the best active full body stretch that you are going to do. So stay with me and we're going to get into this. Like I said, this is an active full body stretch, so it will be challenging at times. This isn't just a practice where we're going to passively hang out in all of the joints, though that can be delicious sometimes. I really want us to bring in this place where flexibility and mobility come together and we really build into that deeper and more aware flexibility. And we're going to do that right here on the mat together. So the Soul Sanctuary, if you don't already know, is an app. It's a platform. There are over 600 videos. It is a place for you to deepen your connection to yoga. You'll deepen your connection to your breath, your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. We have a community of thousands of people all around the world. And it really is a beautiful place just to come to ground, to show up for yourself and just to learn a little bit more, not just about the physical yoga practice, the philosophy, there's sound healing, there's meditation, there's asana alignment where we talk through different cues of different shapes. And of course, we have a 7-day free trial. So you get to come and look at all of that without paying a penny. So make sure you click the link and you come and sign up. Just sign up for your 7-day free trial, and who knows, maybe you'll want to stay. So coming into an all fours position, this is where we're going to ground into our active stretch today. Close down your eyes, just stacking the wrists and elbows underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. So already hopefully we should be in quite an active position. We don't want to be just like slumping into these shoulders. So this is kind of the alignment that I'm not looking for here. We want to be finding that neutral line all the way from the tailbone through the crown of the head. We're not sucking in or engaging the core, as it were, but naturally the core is going to have to switch on to allow us to be here in this position. So working your way from the pelvis first, you're going to take an anterior tilt. So you're going to drop the pelvis down as you then start to lift the chest. So we're going to be working through cat-cow, but in a slightly more consciously aware way. We then find the posterior tilt of the pelvis, head drops. Take an inhale as you lift. Really slow movements here today. Exhaling as you round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Coming all the way back to neutral. Now, one thing you may want for this practice is to maybe have a little bit of cushioning underneath the knees because we'll be coming into some low lunges. So maybe just grabbing something that's by your side and having that just in case. Shuffle yourself forward slightly on the mat. You're going to take the right leg out behind you. Now push through the hands and then push away through that right back heel, finding the stretch into the calf. Now, to really switch this up a notch, we're going to see if we can ground into the hands and just hover the knee off the mat. The in-between point is to place the toes down but keep the left knee off. So you can be somewhere between the two. Remember, the goal here is to be finding a stretch in that right calf. So if it feels a little bit too intense with that knee lifted, then just keep it down. Always ways for us to make it work for us. So just breathing in. That connection to breath, however it needs to feel for you. Lowering slowly that left knee down, untucking the toes and just shifting that left foot out to the side slightly. Come to the either the inside edge of the right foot or grounding down through the foot. Reach the right arm all the way up by the ear. And again, just that gentle breath. And then from here, maybe you start to hover that right foot off the ground. Again, really elongating the body super long as you can get it. And then slowly bringing yourself all the way back around to all fours. One more of those little really controlled cat-cows. Take an inhale, drop the pelvis, lift the chest. Exhaling as you round. And then coming all the way back to that neutral position. You're then going to step the left foot away. So really grounding through the toes of the left foot, already pushing down through the hands, and we feel into the stretch through that back foot. And then the option is to tuck under the toes of the right foot. Maybe you lift the knee or just the knee. Maybe you lift both off. But again, it's that pushing away. So in plank, you would obviously be a little bit more stacked with the shoulder over the wrist. But we're pushing back a little bit today to find that stretch. And then lowering yourself all the way down. We open that right foot out to the side slightly, open the left hip, ground down through the left foot, and then sweep the left arm all the way up and over the ear, finding this long line of energy from the left fingertips all the way down to the left foot. Breathing here. And then maybe you start to hover that left leg off the ground, but still finding the length, fingertips down to the foot. And then slowly lowering all the way down, unravel yourself all the way back into that all fours position. Tuck under the toes, fly the bottom all the way up for a downward facing dog. Maybe in your downward facing dog, there's a little pedal out through the feet. Maybe a shake, a nod of the head. And then you're going to take the feet wide in your downward facing dog. You're going to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. You're going to pivot the toes outwards into the diagonal and then drop the bottom down, finding a malasana. Now, it may be in your malasana that you're up on the toes. You can still take this transition. You might just find that there's an extra point in between for the pivot. So you can bring the hands into a clasp position here, just in front of you. And we're going to move between malasana and a forward fold. So you'll inhale and then lift the hips, pivot the feet, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. Inhale, hips drop down, open. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, drop it down. And exhale, fold. Holding here, just release fingertips. Heel toe the feet to about hip width apart. Take an inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Chest is halfway. Hold here, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hinge at the hips again. Come back to that halfway point. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then exhale again, find that halfway point. Breathing in. Exhale, release it down to the forward fold. And then start to walk the hands forwards, making your way back into that downward facing dog position. Right leg sweeps up, square the hips. Push your way through the shoulders. Doesn't matter if the supporting leg is bent, no problem at all. Holding here. And then taking an inhale as you step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And you're going to hug the right knee into the right shoulder. So this is very much an active lizard. If you would like to, you could walk the hands forwards, still keeping the hug of the right knee, but now it will probably be to the upper scapula on the right side. So wherever you need to be here, taking 3 nice deep breaths. And then placing the hands back down if they were forwards. You're going to drop the back knee down and then just heel toe the right foot into the center line. Lift the chest all the way up. And this is where you may want something to stack underneath that left knee just to support yourself. You're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and you could hook the thumbs. You could bring the hands together. You could take Kali Mudra if you know this mudra. So finding the position that's going to work for you here. Now, inhale. Drop it forwards, finding a nice comfortable place in your lunge. And then the option to see if you can take 3 lifts of this back foot. Just see what happens, see how it feels. If it doesn't feel comfortable for you, don't continue. So we lift 1, 2, and 3. Let's add on another 2 for 4 and 5. Amazing. Shift the hips all the way back. Ardha Hanumanasana, so this half split. Now the option, if you're like, do you know what? I just want a bit more of a passive stretch at this point. Place the hands down either to the floor or to blocks. Take an inhale and breathe here. If not, you're going to bring the hands to the fingertips to the ears. You're going to inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower and fold. All about those wobbles and that balance. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last one for 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Option to release the hands and just take a yummy little release down over that leg. And then you're going to shift the weight forwards, place the hands either side of that foot, and you're going to bring the right knee around towards the right wrist for an active pigeon. Blocks can be really, really helpful here in this shape because it is pretty intense. So it can be really nice to have something to rest your hands upon. You want to try and get those hips square-ish. And then maybe if you feel pretty strong and comfortable here, you can reach the arms up to the sky. Two more breaths. And then release it out of your active pigeon. And then let's find a nice yummy little pigeon. So just opening as you more traditionally would. You can maybe sit yourself on a block if that feels nice. Take an inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale as you walk those hands forwards. Two more breaths. And then lifting yourself all the way up. Press down through the hands. Step it all the way back to plank. You could vinyasa if you want, or you can just wave the body back to a downward facing dog. And just hold on here for a couple of breaths. Maybe there's a little bit of wiggling that you want to do in this downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up, square hips. Push through those hands, grounding here, strong shoulders. On an inhale, we shift the weight forwards and we step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So that active lizard, that left knee hugging into the left shoulder. Finding that connection first of all. And then if you're walking the hands forwards to make it a little deeper, then still hugging that left knee into the upper back, the side of the upper back. The whole time we stay with that breath. And then placing those hands back down. If they're not already, drop the back knee down and then heel toe the left foot into the center line. Remember, you might want to slide something under the back knee as you come to lift all the way up. And you're going to reach the arms up to the sky. Shift the hips forwards into that lunge. And we go for those 5 lifts with the back knee. We go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Amazing. Start to shift the hips back, finding Ardha Hanumanasana, so your half split. Same variations apply. You can take it in a little bit more of a chilled out way if that's feeling good for you today. Remember, your practice. I merely suggest options. Fingertips to the ears, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, breathing in, exhale. Last one, and fold. Lifting the chest all the way up, or taking just an extra breath like we did actually in that fold. Then shifting the weight forwards, hands come down. Left knee comes down next to the left wrist, and we push ourselves up, finding that active pigeon. So a couple of breaths here, and remember to keep yourself supported on the blocks if you would like to. It's a really lovely option if you're new to this shape. Feeling those glutes having to activate and switch on to keep you really steady here. And then we slowly release, hands down. We shuffle that left leg back into that center alignment for our pigeon. Maybe you stack yourself up on a block, whatever feels good. Breathing in, reach the arms up. And breathing out as you walk those hands forwards. Does not matter where you get to, does not matter how far you fold. Two more breaths here. And then we lift all the way up. Place the hands down, tuck under the back toes, push yourself up through your plank. If you want to vinyasa, you can, or you can just come straight back to that downward facing dog. Maybe you take a little releasing breath here. And we're going to heel toe those feet, or just step the feet wide again in your downward facing dog. We're going to revisit the malasana to the fold. So walk the hands back, drop the hips down. We're going to just do 5 of these to finish up. Seeing if there's even any difference, just observing if there's any difference from how you felt when you were doing these just kind of 15 minutes ago. So we inhale, exhale, breathing in, and then we fold. Malasana, and then fold. 2 more, malasana, she fell over, and fold. And malasana, and fold. Heel toe the feet to about hip width apart. 2 peace fingers around the big toes. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Allow the head to hang heavy. Shift the weight towards the front of the feet. And releasing, take an inhale, come to the fingertips. You're just going to very gracefully, however you would like to, bring yourself down to seated on your mat. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop out to the side for Baddha Konasana. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, a little fold here, and you can close down the eyes. If you want to take a rounded forward fold variation, then be my guest. You find what works for you. And then on an inhale, we lift the body all the way up. Bring the hands to the outside edges of the knees. Wrap one arm, then wrap the other arm around your legs. Take an inhale as you lengthen. Maybe you even find a smile on your face. And then exhale, give yourself a big hug as you maybe take a little rock side to side here. You can stay in this hug for as long as you need to. If you want to just take a nice releasing breath with me to finish the practice, let's breathe in here together. Exhale, let it go. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, but for showing up for yourself, for your body, for your mind. A lot of the time we come to the practice of yoga thinking that it's just for the body, but this is such a mindful practice. And it's all about how we take the yoga from the mat off the mat. So if you're not already a Soul Sanctuary member, I talk about this all the time on the Soul Sanctuary. The Soul Sanctuary is a place where, yes, we're doing a physical practice, but it's about more than that. It's about how can we use the gifts of yoga to really help and serve our lives off the mat day to day, the way we connect with people, the way we connect with ourselves, all of that good stuff. So click the link down in the description box and please do come and join us for that 7-day free trial. So thank you, and I will see you for another practice again very soon. Bye-bye.